Hello, welcome to KNTV TV. You are watching Inside Indian Football, episode number 75. We are on a daily basis trying to improve the setup and the concept of the show. And again, there's a waiting screen now for you guys whenever you wait when we go live, so that we can sync the delay of the audio and the video. I hope my voice and the video quality is fine with everyone, and I hope all of you are doing fine in your life. Lots of football action going on with Champions League back in Europe. Of course, in India, I-League title race intensify, ISL playoff race going to the last game of the season, and Odisha FC's shocking, I will say, shocking defeat against Jamshedpur FC puts their fate in the hand of FC Goa. So let me, I think the show concept which we are trying to do, what we'll do now onwards on the when we start the show, we'll put the I put the topics and everything upfront, so people know that we are going to speak throughout this video alongside the questions of the fans, which is very important, which has been the part of this show. Is the fans question, fans doubt regarding the Indian football, which we always clarified, which we always try to bring all the clarity on. So let me in this. I think first and major news for me is in Indian football this week was Indian football team YouTube channel getting hacked first and then getting suspended or deleted. And I will come upon this, what I think about it, and I think there is someone who has been maybe part of AFF in past, maybe have done that, we don't know. So we are just all सब अंदाजे लगा रहे हैं. And I think another major news is about Kerala Blaster handing 5 years contract extension to Carolus, their sporting director. I will share my thoughts over it. I think 5-year period for our sporting director is a long period. He's not a young footballer who, if you want to protect his value, I think it looks like the trust Kerala Blaster management has shown to Carolus by giving him 5-year contract. And now, of course, Odisha FC's defeat against Jamshedpur FC. Shocking for Odisha FC fans, but I think Jamshedpur FC were coming into form in the last few games of the ISL. We will discuss about that. Other than that, Mr. Ego's team match, Indian national team coach spotted in the I-League matches. Will we see a I-League player straight away coming to national team this time around, because this has not happened in recent time. All the players of the Indian national team have come through ISL. I think it was during the Stephen time when we spotted some I-League or I-League 2 players directly to the national team. Will that change for these March games? We'll discuss that. I-League title race intensified, I will say. Srinidhi Deccan and Round Glass Punjab going neck to neck. For now, Srinidhi Deccan is over the top of the table due to the goal difference and and better head-to-head record also. So we're going, and along the side, I'm going to not analyze, but I'm going through each and every ISL squads, in which I will see and let you guys know my views about which position Indian player, foreign player, or should they retain their foreigner, should they kind of say bye-bye to them, get a new foreigners, get new Indian players, on which position. I will try to sum up in a small way, not on a big analysis, but we'll go through team by teams, and according to that, we will take also the opinions of the fans for those particular club, that which players or which type of player they need to sign in the summer transfer window. And this summer transfer window is a very critical window, because Indian football is going to the different phase now. ISL is top league of the Indian football. I-League is officially kind of a second division. Super Cup is kind of the pathway to the AFC Cup now. So this transfer window is going to kind of make the base for the long-term future of many players and the clubs, because now clubs are giving the long contracts to the to the young players. So they're kind of locking them for 5 to 6 year window, and we have seen some like Kerala Blaster locking their sporting director for next 5 years. So these are the topics which we're going to discuss, and I think we're going to start the show this way now, so that people who are watching offline, because I'm reading all the feedbacks, comments from you guys, whoever watching the offline, they know that what we have spoken about in this show. And let me go through the comment section quickly to say hi to everyone who have joined. Ankur Jain. Yes, I kind of agreed that what AFF president has said. Maybe it's the same reason. Good evening to Ganjaleen. Anshuman Datta. We'll talk about the Northeast owners after the topics we've gone through. Dark Knight High. आपने टाइटल चेंज कर लिया, हैकर्स ने आपको भी कोई धमकी दिया क्या? टाइटल तो चेंज नहीं किया है, थंबनेल में डाला है अंकुर भाई. हैकर हमें कैसे धमकी दे सकते हैं? और हैकर्स नहीं है, मैं बताऊंगा ये कहानी मुझे क्या लगता है, मेरी ओपिनियन क्या है कि हैकर्स होते तो बात अलग होती है, ये कुछ और है, उसके बारे में बताऊंगा. विच एंड as Anshuman Datta has straight away hit nail on the coffin, that the Super Cup is coming up. There's no particular news coming through that which teams are going to see which first team or not. But now teams can't complain that it's an irrelevant tournament. Super Cup winners have a chance to play in AFC Cup. Many clubs says to their fans that it's a dream to play in Asia, it's a dream to do well in Asia. So if they send the B team in the Super Cup or a weakened team in the Super Cup, then you know that what questions you need to ask for the to the people. Bro, hire an intern for doing a live watch along of football games, other sports India playing. It will take 1 or 2 months to cultivate a considerable audience like a 1-2 live viewership. Jasmine, वो plan चल रहा है. Hi Kumar Reddy and good evening to everyone. So I hope North India is getting, I'm sure even the Kerala and Tamil Nadu is already hot, but this is the month of Feb and we have been start using ACs in North India, so that looks like a weather is changing. So that also means, football in the month of March, for example, will be going to very tough. The Super Cup, in Kerala, and March is in North also it's going to be hot, but in Kerala it will be very hot in the month of the March. So that's another factor. Maybe they should have looked for a colder place to get the Super Cup done. So, but I think the Kerala, considering the fan following and everything, Kerala has have for football or Indian football especially, I think looks like a good venue. But I think going ahead they have to consider the weather and these kind of situation also. And I think will Tata go all out if they manage to beat Mumbai for AFC Champions League? I don't know. I think Tata will not go all out in terms of the budgets and everything. They will do according to the system. Melvish Rocha, good evening to you. क्या हुआ channel को? I think चलो let's start the show with that. उससे पहले I think around 50 people are watching. If you can hit the like button, that's how YouTube algorithm will work, and they will invite other 50 people to watch this video, and hopefully we can get back to our pre-pandemic or during the pandemic days when we used to get 300 people watching live this show. I think we need to get the audience back. We need to get the gang together, and hopefully you guys invite your fans, your friends and family members who are interested in Indian football to watch this Inside Indian Football. Let's take the elephant out of the room. Indian football team YouTube channel is hacked. First, there was some streaming of Elon Musk going on, then it got recovered, and then it got again hacked, and now they're saying that it is deleted / suspended. So suspended means YouTube suspended, so they can get it back if suspended. Deleted means it is deleted by someone who has the access to the admin. So what has happened here? I don't know. I don't have an insight, but it's an important topic because the live streams, as the president of AFL said, the live stream of the Santosh Trophy and everything going on that YouTube channel, all of a sudden you take that away from federations, so there is an issue. They have to do everything on Facebook, or they go and build a new YouTube channel, which can be tricky considering a new YouTube channel will not have similar fan following. And the sponsors, for example, whoever are the sponsors of a particular tournament, they're doing the live streaming, they will want an audience to come, so you can't build audience straight away over the night. I think quite possible is that जो मुझे लगता है हो सकता है, एक तो है कि पहला सिनेरियो कि it got hacked by hackers and they're doing this. YouTube will have a control over it. Even they have deleted it, YouTube can get it recover. So I think only thing Federation can do is go get in touch directly with YouTube India, and or Google India, and I think which is easy for them accessibility wise. They should have access to them through maybe not directly, but then they can reach out to for example FSDL or other agencies and people who can help them. Another thing is quite possible is that lots of employees from AFF has moved on from previous regime to the new regime. So I think one of the last one remaining at the top level, Sunanda Dhar, has also kind of left or relieved, you can say, from his duties. I think couple of days back. So I'm not saying he has done that, but I'm saying lots of employees from the top, from the bottom has left from AFF, has moved on to the new life, and it's quite possible they are part of the admin group who are managing the channels, or their email IDs got hacked or anything. So quite possibilities that the breach has happened from inside the AFF. It's not that hacker has directly tried and hacked it, because what YouTube will say, if hacker has hacked YouTube server or anything, and then the YouTube of course going to help. If a particular email ID has been hacked or compromised, then it will take a time to find out, if there are multiple admins, for example 10 admins are there, it will take time to find out to find out which ID is the email. What Federation could have done, I think simple is two-factor authorization system is there in every social media. Even now Twitter is asking money for that, but they still provide, for example, email based or app based. Same way YouTube, Google, for example, Google security has been very tight, and I manage multiple social media accounts, not on YouTube, all across the different platforms. There is straight away two factor authorization system, and I think, I'm sure, if it was not active before, federation need to make sure that it will be active going ahead in all the social media accounts, because this can be a first of many. There's the Twitter, there's the Instagram, there's a Facebook, and I think, considering the Facebook page which I built and gave AFF has been very huge in terms of popularity for football in India, has done their work in that Facebook page and help AFF. I think it's important they make sure that all the admin rights are with the people they trust, and for the login and everything for Instagram and Twitter and all their handles should be two-factor authorization. I think what is the need of hacking Indian football YouTube? What the motto person has behind it? See, one is hackers who do it. They do it, and they do this fake live streaming of crypto. Have not seen that. Other is somebody is running their personal vendetta with this. I don't know. वो guess ही होगा इसमें, say just assume that AFF have somebody who they need to give money or something, किसी के पैसे रोक के रखे हैं और उसने बदले में कर दिया. That can be a story. So that's the thing with the AFF. I hope Google India and YouTube will able to recover it back. I think that should not be a bigger issue until unless it is done through the admin accounts of the YouTube page, because Google will say, because then their policies are different, because if somebody has done it by own, it's not hacked or anything, some email ID which is owned by some particular person had particularly done it. Indian national team squad announcement should become very soon, I think in next couple of days, I heard, and hopefully that will clear. Jamshedpur is getting more points in last 4 matches as compared to previous 16 matches, Rameshwar and Mahato. I think that's what they were in form, but you can also say that a couple of teams have already put the guard down, but they have done recently well. On the in terms of performance. KNTV should cut important clips from the live stream and post them on social media to popularize it. Yes, that's a good suggestion. We should be doing it, and I think the team should be working over it to do it. Now, I think second major news, which and this is for the Kerala Blaster fans, and I just want to know their opinion also here. On the news that Kerala has extended his contract with Kerala Blaster till 2028. So it's a 5-year deal for it. And what do you guys think of over it? 5-year deal for a sporting director, not heard in past, especially in India, because what happened in India in past, we have not seen director of football, for example, or a CEO or these kind of people signing these contracts. They are just like employees, and then they kind of normal private limited employees like us, and there's a notice period when they want to leave or club want to terminate the contract. Here it's like a European style, what Kerala Blaster is doing. They have given a proper contract of 5 years to the sporting director, and I think it's a good, if both the parties are together, they have a single motto. I think it's a great move, and I think Kerala took us some time to understand the Indian market, especially the domestic market, because straight away when he came in, the domestic players signing was done different way in Kerala Blaster, then the foreigners different. That's why he has this time and study of the Indian market. I think now he's smart enough to handle both the department by his own. But I think there's there is a positive side to it, there is a negative side to it. 5 year is a long period, and we have seen in football, especially in the modern football, the players, the coaches, and the other staff can sometime maybe might need to be moved on. So then when that situation comes in future, hopefully I think both the parties will have some kind of clause in that contract which we are not aware, and I think once if the situation comes, that means that both the parties can part away easily. That should not be but I think this is like a European style what Kerala Blaster has done, because we have not heard in Indian football in past few years the CEOs or the sporting director or director of football or head of scouting doing these kind of contract. So I think hopefully that is a great precedent which Kerala Blaster have set up. Other clubs can follow and do it. So let's see. I think which channel will telecast under 17 friendly against Qatar. I think it will be Indian Football Team YouTube Facebook page. So I think it's a good style from Kerala Blaster. Hopefully this will start other clubs thinking about protecting their CEOs and the the important personnel in these positions, because we have seen clubs also taking away these kind of important sporting director, director of football, head of scouting, bigger clubs taking it from the smaller clubs. So I think that's where they can protect their value and everything, in terms of, and this can be start from Kerala Blaster thinking that they are building towards something very solid. And I think Kerala Blaster approach, you have to see also their owner now, Nikhil is kind of personally involved with the club way in a bigger role than before. So that means he's aware about what's going in the club. He's not dependent on a third person opinion, what's it right and wrong for the clubs. So I think a women's team for IWL is still not clear, Amal Saji, but clubs are preparing. Odisha FC is preparing, so they looks like they're playing. Other clubs had not shown any intention in terms of signing and everything, but Kerala Blaster did play the women's team in the state league, so they will have some kind of a participation, if you ask me. What about Reliance Development League? There's a Reliance Development League. Did you mean the Reserve League? I think it was on pipeline, but I have not got the confirmation, which I'm looking. But I'm told by some coaches who are signing these players for reserve team that there are 20 reserve games, and then there's I League second division. Only issue for me is that we are in part of as weather. Why did I touch upon weather? The weather. Most of the India in the month of March and April will be very hot, and I think this is not a right time to play football. Hopefully from the next season, reserve league, second division, all these can be played alongside the football calendar of India or football calendar of Asia. Indian football most should be wrapped up by March. April, May, June should be our period for national team, youth teams, camps and everything. Then July onwards we should have a pre-season for the clubs. So that's how you ignore the 3 months which are very hot throughout the India, and I think hopefully they will be able to sync the calendar of Indian football throughout all the levels, not just the ISL, I League, second division, Super Cup, youth leagues, reserve leagues, state league. It should be, AFF should make sure that it run from August to April or August to March, and that's the period where majority of football action should take place. Other than national teams should be playing in June and July, because that's the way worldwide the teams are free where they can come. If Ivan and Carolis can work as a team for long term, then it will benefit Kerala. Yes, I think it's a great in terms of the longevity, because both the person will trust each other and they will know that they have the long term. But hopefully we'll touch upon Kerala Blaster, what they're looking for in the transfer market and what they will improve. Viable Serenity Deccan play when they're getting promoted Vizag or Hyderabad. Nothing is decided that where they will play. I think once they get promoted, then they will have a meetings with FSDL, then they will have an internal discussion where they want to play. Do they want to make Hyderabad their base or Vizag their base? I think it will be interesting. अभी यूथ और जूनियर कहाँ खेलते नहीं है, पर खेलेंगे. यूथ भी और जूनियर भी अंडर 17 का टूर्नामेंट हुआ था छोटा सा, which should be bigger. So let's see. I think, but that should be synced according to the calendar. It should not be taken place in April or month of May or month of June. What if Round Glass and Serenity Deccan ties on points? What will happen? They will see head-to-head goal difference to decide champion. Head-to-head first and then goal difference to decide the champion. Kumar Reddy. Now let's just quickly move to the next topic. Odisha FC. What happened there? Odisha FC. I think I'm not surprised with what Jamshedpur FC with Odisha FC, but I was surprised with a couple of things during the game, especially. I was surprised the substitution which Odisha FC has done. I think they were looking good in that first half, and those substitution early in the second half looks like a desperation for if you ask me, in terms of what Odisha FC has done. Odisha FC is, I think, those two draw, first against Chennai FC, second against FC Goa. FC Goa, you can say that it's a game neck to neck, both teams didn't want to risk, and the draw against Chennai FC and now loss against Jamshedpur FC has hurt Odisha FC. Odisha did defeat Hyderabad to get into this race, but I think I personally felt that the coach of Odisha FC, Joseph Gambo, he kind of took Jamshedpur FC lightly in that second half. And I think when I was watching that game and the way Odisha was playing, I will not say they were playing very well or anything like that, or I will say that in terms of I will just come to the I will just want to see the exact timing of those substitutions. Let me open play by play. The exact timing of substitution was shocking. I think it's happened in the half time, yeah. And Isaac went out. Sahil Pawar went out, and the third substitution also, Pedro Martin went out. 3 substitution at half time. I think maybe they went to protect the lead. I don't know, but those three substitutions look like a desperation from Odisha FC. And plus, I will say they underestimated Jamshedpur FC. That they thought that they might not have enough firepower to get this victory. But considering, as you guys already saying, Jamshedpur FC has done well in the recent games, and I think that's what maybe, because if you see Jamshedpur FC, they defeated Odisha, they defeated Hyderabad, they played draw against ATK Mohun, they defeated Northeast. Before that, they lost against Mumbai City FC and they lost against Bengaluru FC, and before that, they defeated East Bengal and they played draw against Chennai FC. So I think that's the what 2 points. I want to, they look like a desperate at halftime. I think once you made your playing 11 a plan for a match, you should trust them at least till 60 minutes and then try to activate your bench and the plan B. I think at the desperation, maybe given, of course, the Odisha just needed a draw to, to be in this, to want to secure the playoff spot. I think they thought that, maybe they can get draw or they play too much defensive. I think that's where I think that Odisha FC played in the hand of Jamshedpur FC. And Jamshedpur FC, especially Chima and Ritvik Das, have been scoring those goals in the second half of the season. If Ritvik Das could have find his form in the first half of the season, little bit of the form which he has currently, Jamshedpur FC could have done better. And hopefully, Ritvik Das, his contract is getting expired in the summer. He should be the first choice, for Jamshedpur to retain him. I have to just see that if the news has not broken of him retaining. So I think hopefully they will retain him, and that's what I heard. They want to retain him. So hopefully they do it. Who hacked the Indian football channel? I think it's more of a hacking than, I think it's not hacking. It's more of somebody, you can say somebody's email ID is there because there are multiple live streams going on, or somebody's email ID got compromised or something, and then they have done that. If there was a hacking incident, YouTube would have recovered it straight away. That we have seen in past, various famous YouTuber channels getting hacked and getting recovered straight away. So I think hopefully Odisha FC now, Odisha FC not ready to face Goat Parano as a centre back. Now FC Goa's future is in their hand for this season at least. They just need to win somehow. Even 1-0 will do the job, and due to the better goal difference and I think better head-to-head also, better head-to-head, FC Goa will qualify. And FC Goa, and I think, but they have a pressure because Bengaluru FC is in form, and and the kind of, they don't want to lose the form. We have seen Sunil Chhetri also scoring the goal. Only thing is, Bengaluru FC in terms of they have also, I think, secured the 4th or 5th position. If you ask me, I think 4th will play at home the playoff game. The way it's go, first 2 goes directly to the semi-final. 3rd will play against 6th. 4th will play against 5th. So only thing Bengaluru FC have in their hand to play is to remain at 4th. So for that they will want to win it, and because Kerala Blast are playing later, so that means they will want to make sure they win this game, and then Kerala Blaster can then also can qualify if they can win the game, their own game, by the bigger goal difference. So Bangalore FC have many things into play, because you have to remember the 5th or 6th this playoff is just one-off game between the teams. It's not the home and away like the semi-final. If I am not wrong, I think it's a one-off game. So I think that's the important point for Bangalore FC, and it will not going to be easy. But let's see if FC Goa can do it. And Odisha FC still there. I hope they continue with the coach and everything. The depth part, still they need to get a couple of signing in to make sure the team is ready. Couple of foreigners were good. Couple of foreigners were not that good. So will that change those foreigners accordingly. Let's quickly move to the next topic. Igor Stimac spotted in the I-League matches. I think there are a couple of I-League players who have impressed me, and I'm sure fans will have a couple of those I-League players who they like this season. Will they get called up in the camp of this March camp of Indian football team? Major question, because if Igor Stimac is especially went to the stadium to watch I-League games, that means his team has scouted some Indian players in the I-League and he's went on to watch them personally. That's how the scouting works. National team coach doesn't go straight to the random I-League games or random league games straight away, even worldwide. So his scouting team must have spotted someone, some Indian players, and then he has specially gone to watch those Indian players. So I think has not happened recently. that the Indian players have directly got call up from I League or a second division, third league, for example. Now, it happened in the I think Rolvin Borges is a big example. He was not even playing the second division; he playing the Goa Pro League with Sporting, and that he didn't get into the ISL draft by, I think if I remember correctly, and then Stephen did liked him very much, and then he somehow got him to the national team, got him to the ISL draft, and then you got into the Northeast. If I remember, Rolvin Borges signed for Northeast. So I think there will be a couple of good Indian players in the I League. It will be interesting to see how he does it. Another example is, I think, Manveer Singh, who was playing for Mohammedan Sporting in the second division that particular year, if I remember correctly, and I think he did very well in Santosh Trophy for West Bengal, and I think that's how he got Stephen Constantine focused towards him, and and that's how he got called up by Stephen Constantine in the national team, and then eventually Manveer Singh went on to play for India and the ISL and everything. So hopefully there will be some Indian players who will be at least called in the camp. That will also increase the value in the market. ISL clubs will start taking them seriously, and I think the couple of I League players which I think should be on the horizon. And you have to remember, there is under 23 team will be there in this next 6 months, very active. So I'm sure he might be spotting some players for under 23 teams. So hopefully we will able to see the squad very soon, next couple of days. I League title race, Round Glass Punjab versus Sirindi Deccan FC. Looks like interesting and very interesting. They are neck to neck on points, head to head is currently Sirindi Deccan FC is ahead. So let's see what goes. Couple of games remaining. I think both the teams will of course going to give something different to the ISL. Round Glass Punjab straight away will give a representation to the north of India, where there is no club. And I think if Round Glass Punjab promoted, they are backed by a big group. Round Glass is a big corporate group, so there should not be any issue with financial and any as such. Same with Sirindi Deccan FC. So you guys, I think we did a poll couple of days back, and majority of you said that you want not Round Glass Punjab to promote it. I think it will be great. A drive to Ludhiana or Jalandhar to watch ISL game for me will be a great some time to just take a weekend off to watch. Will be great. Where will Round Glass play from? Where they get promoted from? Mohali, from Chandigarh, Panchkula, Tri-City, or proper Punjab like Ludhiana, Jalandhar. If they are Round Glass Punjab, the name, I think they should be based out at Jalandhar or Ludhiana. That's the core Punjab, and that's how JCT Fagwara used to get crowd. They used to play in Ludhiana and Jalandhar, and I think they should be based out there. Chandigarh is like a hap city, so it's not all the Punjabis living in Chandigarh. They are Haryanvis. They are there. It's like a small metro city where people from everybody living, just like Delhi. So I think if they are Round Glass Punjab, they should be in the proper Punjab city like Ludhiana, Jalandhar, or Amritsar, for example. Amritsar Stadium, I don't know if there are any stadium in Amritsar, proper stadium. Ludhiana, Jalandhar do have a stadiums where football games take place, but their Round Glass have to do the lots of refurbishment and the renovation of those stadiums. So I think hopefully they do that. And now Jeet Das, thank you for asking. Anything on Northeast United? Nothing much, not many progress. And I was talking to someone who was involved with couple of deals or partnership in Indian football when the foreign clubs or external sponsor have been involved. They say that issue with Northeast is identity crisis sometime. As an investor, if I'm coming, the core fan base of Northeast in stadium, at least from Assam. Of course, there are other Northeast cities where fans support Northeast United, especially in first few ISL season. And there were lots of promises made by Northeast management that they will open academy in Imphal, they will do this something in Aizawl, they will bring ISL games to these cities. Nothing happened. Not even 1% of it. So I think that's how the other cities people have stopped supporting Northeast. And I think the lack of identity. If you ask me, if I am the owner of the Northeast, I will establish my club as a Assam first. A core because I think आज नहीं तो कल 2 साल में 3 साल में आई लीग से फॉर एग्जाम्पल इस साल नहीं तो नेक्स्ट साल there will be Shillong Lajong, Aizawl, Trau, other club will get promoted, and then there is a they will represent their region. Northeast, they have not done anything in Northeast. Maybe Guwahati and Assam, you can say they've done little bit work. That is also very less. I think first thing is they have to rebrand this club. So will that be done by the current owners? I don't think so, because their vision is right now is, to get somebody who can support them, and I think the market in general, the investment market in sports has been not very good. To give an example, मैं comparison नहीं कर रहा हूँ, but Liverpool FC is struggling to find a new owners, and majority bids for Manchester United, for example, are by the state-backed funds, who are backed by Middle East countries. We have seen with Newcastle, we have seen with now Manchester United. So not many, and this is a bigger picture, and where lots of money is involved. Same चीज़ आप छोटे लेवल पे भी आ जाते हो, ISL लेवल पे भी जो पैसा चाहिए क्लब खरीदने के लिए, and it can be depending on the valuation. I remember Mumbai City FC and City Group deal was going on. Similar time, I remember a club, not a club, but a party inquired about Northeast United valuation and everything. Northeast United valuation which they got was bigger than the Mumbai City at that time, and if the similar valuation have been now been asked by Northeast United, I am not sure कोई भी उस valuation पे Northeast United को खरीदेगा. There is no physical assets. Hardly any Northeast players are on the long-term contract. There is no physical presence in the Assam or Northeast, for example. So it's just the brand value. It's just the the logo, the club logo, social media handles, and that's it. And उस चीज़ की वैल्यूएशन कैसी निकाली जाएगी? कोई भी फंड्स आएगा, they will do due diligence, they will find out how will value this club. One thing is, they have ISL spot, so which they have by remain there by giving the franchisee fee throughout the year. So a fund or a corporate group will come and think, should we open our own club straight away into ISL, take a franchisee right, from any other state, or then we buy the Northeast with the identity is easy. So आप example ले सकते हैं, for example with what happened with East Bengal, there multiple corporate groups came and they struggled. So वो struggle Northeast साथ होगा नहीं, but valuation का game बहुत बड़ा है. अगर Northeast United will ask 250 crores for majority ownership of Northeast or the 100% ownership of Northeast, I think that is big amount of money, because it's just not about 250 crores. Northeast will need investment in terms of infrastructure, in terms of grassroots, in terms of first team, because good Indian players not available in the market. Most of them are long-term contract. Northeast Indian players, most of them are in short-term contract. So they have to build this team by investing money. So if they give, say, and this is a random number, nothing to be quoted, 250 crores to the Northeast owners to take the controlling stake, or to take the majority stake, or to take the 100% Northeast, then they still need 50 crores in first few seasons, at least 70-80 crores for the 2-3 season to do grassroots, to start their academy, to start their youth teams, and invest in the first team to competitive enough in the ISL. So I think वो valuation का game सारा है, and I think in past also Northeast came very close to secure fundings and the sponsorship and everything, but it didn't work out because of the extraordinary valuation, I will say. Owner of Northeast should do the deal with government of Manipur or Mizoram or Meghalaya, rename it according to which government gives them a good deal, and I'm sure Assam government will be interested into it. Football is a big sport in Northeast, What do you think the fair valuation? Which club will have a highest valuation right now? I think in terms of valuation, Mumbai City will have a highest valuation because that's how investment will work. They already got a big round of investment from City Group, So that's how the valuation is already increased. So the next valuation, whenever they need a funding or anything, will be done upon the valuation Mumbai City has got while the City Group deal has taken place. That's how the fundings rounds work. So they have already got the one round, and then the another round will be bigger than what the valuation they City Group gave to Mumbai City that time. I think other than that, I think I'm sure Kerala Blaster will have a big valuation in terms of the fan following, brand. They're trying to build infrastructure. They're trying to do some other. And I think another club which I would throw into is two clubs. I think Bengaluru FC and FC Goa. Both have physical assets. They're trying to get physical assets through their parent company. So they will have a good valuation in terms of it, I'm sure Jamshedpur FC will be decent in terms of, but they will not a big valuation that come from tier 3 city in India. So I think if you ask me, Kerala Blasters should be top alongside Mumbai City FC, and then second will be Bengaluru FC and FC Goa, and then will other club follow. Will state-owned investment be invested in any ISL team? If not, I think of course the state-owned investment is there in the Mumbai City FC, is owned by City Group, which is owned by UAE, government, you can say, Emirati government. Emirati, Etihad, and in Middle East it's confusing. There are lots of kings in Middle East. So one of the kings from UAE own the City Group. So that's how. There's a rumor that ATK Mohan trying to sign biggest player till now in ISL source. अगर मार्कस सर ये बात बोल रहे हैं तो ऑफ कोर्स इट इज़ ट्रू इफ मार्कस सर इज सेइंग इफ द सोर्स इज समथिंग एल्स I can't, speak upon it. So, ATK Mohan wants to sign big players, but they still no trophies, nothing in Asia have been done, and I think they have to think something else. It's not about the players with whom ATK Mohan is struggling. It's about the structure. It's about the continuity. It's about the players, the young players that keep on the bench. That waste the माहौल अच्छा नहीं है टीम का यार. You keep your young players 3 years on the bench without a game. How can you build a atmosphere around? The atmosphere is overall at the club is not positive. It's not about players. ATK Mohan always had the best player in the league. They have not done well. On the opposite side, Mumbai City FC have come with a similar approach. They're getting the best Indian players, best foreigners now. They're doing well in the ISL. But ATK Mohan Bagan has not done well. So I think it's not about the players for ATK Mohan Bagan. It's not on the coach. They've tried different coach. Juan has done with FC Goa. We all thought with the lesser budget with FC Goa done so well, he will do better at ATK Mohan Bagan. He has not done. They can change the coach, they can change the player, but that will not, long-term sustainability is not there with ATK Mohan Bagan. That's I personally feel. What if Mumbai lose to Jamshedpur FC, also end up not winning Super Cup? That will mean no AFC Champions League competition. Yes, that will mean no AFC competition for them. Mr. A, totally right. And Jamshedpur FC is picking up form. It will be interesting to see when that game take place. Should they do it after end of the ISL or before the ISL? That's interesting to see. We need a player like Banega to be competent in AFC competition. I don't think so. We need just big players in AFC competitions, because sometimes you need a good team, a quality 4 corners, who are good enough to be Asian level. सिर्फ big बड़े नाम से कुछ नहीं होगा. As instead of taking North East United by giving 250 crores better, somebody can start their own club, build their small stadium with that money. I agree, and that's the approach investors take. They do due diligence, and this is not in sports. This is in every startups. Whenever investment happens, this happen accordingly. They think about should they build a road, and बहुत सारे example है in and around our technology market in India. When the startups get acquired. To give an example, recently Swiggy acquired Dineout. Instead of building their old, they acquired Dineout, and they are now putting Dineout their own app. So they've given lots of money to do so. So ये चीज़ होती है. It's not, but then there are benefit of starting from scratch. Then they are benefiting of acquiring the club. For example, City Group acquired Mumbai City FC. So there's a benefit for them. They got a bigger city in Mumbai, one of the biggest city in India. They say it's a business capital of India. They got the name according to the brand, Mumbai City Group. So I think these are the benefits which you might not get when you start your own club sometime. And the fan following also, whatever the limited fan following Mumbai City FC have before City Group, they acquired those loyal fans straight away. So I think that's make them the marketing part easier. What are the youth programs? Kerala Blast team brief. Will they start an academy? Roshni Giris, they are planning to start an academy. There are lots of grassroots program. Kerala Blast is doing it. Kerala. They have youth teams now who played in the Reserve League, Second Division, State League. Then they have, they have the plan to start their own academy. They are working with the government to do so. There are soccer schools they want to start. So they are taking these baby steps, and I think it's a good step, because 3 to 4 years ago, Kerala didn't have anything. They were just like Northeast, or just like ATK Mohan Bagan first team. That's it. Nothing below that. Finally, they're doing so, and this is the right approach to so. Problem with Jamshedpur this year, I will come with each and every team, Parkar Pandey, and I think problem for me is the expectation was high straight away, and the team didn't gel in the first half of the season. Ritvik Das, the Indian player, one of the best Indian players they have, he did well in the first half of the season. That's how I think the major problem happened to them. Mr. Yes, problem that have taken. What are the youth programs that have taken? What do you think? ATK Mohan went wrong, disqualified from AFC Durand Cup. What was struggling for ISL playoff, having the best player, highest budget and everything. Mondal, पहला तो मैं बोलूँगा straight away is the fight between the Mohan Bagan hardcore fans and the ATK Mohan Bagan management, or the ATK Mohan Bagan owners, whoever they, however the structure are, however you want to call. I think straight away the negativity around the club is that there's a boycott movement going on. So I think first they have to sort that out. If you want to keep ATK Mohan Bagan, announce it publicly that you don't want to remove ATK. If you have and there was a high chances before the season started that the ATK was supposed to be removed from the name of Mohan Bagan.
and eventually I don't know why it didn't happen. I think first they have to take negativity out of from the fan base. That's the first step ATK Monaga need to do. Second, I think second thing is for me is also you can't stack up all the talents. आप टीम में 23 के 23 प्लेयर आप फर्स्ट चॉइस नहीं रख सकते हैं, and when a particular player doesn't play, he is going to be unhappy. When he is unhappy, he's going to make the mood around the team morale unhappy, and I think that's how they had been the struggle with the ATK Mohan with their Indian players especially. So I think first they have to clean up the players they have which they are not a part of the plan, release them or sell them or loan them out. Don't keep the first team around. Then build your team. They have a good Indian players. They have a good foreigners. It's the team is not bad. It's just the other team are more professional and they are better prepared and they're doing well. ATK and as we're speaking right now, ATK Mohan might go on win to ISL later on, by beating the teams in the knockout rounds. And then you can say, wow, they're doing so well. But overall, the team has struggled, if you ask me. Will FSGL welcome new bidding for new franchise after the season ends and see if they are any willing for bid for any cities? So that's not how it will happen. Leon official, how I will tell you how this happen. A particular corporate group, say for example, I am a corporate group, I will go to FSGL. I want to start a franchisee from Jaipur, from Ahmedabad, from Delhi. I will go particular city I want to start. Then they will do the due diligence from FSDL that okay, how big the corporate group is, what the intentions are, what their plan are, and when they all things are aligned, after that FSDL will open the bidding rounds. That's how it happened. Reliance acquired Campa Cola, a company which is not profit. Can they beat Coca-Cola and Pepsi? What is your age and parent state? Roshni agrees. I don't know Campa Cola. I have to study, but my age is, I think I'm 93 born, so 28, 29. My parent state is Uttarakhand. GFC played with only 3 foreigners and full Indian defense against favourite Odisha, kept clean sheet as well. Isn't it impressive? I think it's fantastic what Jamshedpur has done in recent thing, but it's just that it took their form took some time to, and hopefully they have a big game against Mumbai City FC coming up, playoff, Super Cup. I think if they can follow up with these performance, you can't take them lightly, but they have to sort out some players' contract which is getting expired in summer. Can Ritik Das replace Liston Class on Indian national football team? I think though both are different footballers, but I will like to keep both of them together. I think both provide different qualities which should happen. Any update on next year broadcast rights? Not much updated as of now. So see, simple situation. It will be on Star. If there is not on Star, it will be in the Sports 18. Nothing new, extraordinary is going to happen. Star has still 1 year left in their contract, so they have to terminate that contract if go to the Sports 18. Is ATK Mohun Bagan new team or the same old Mohun Bagan? Mohun Bagan doesn't have a football team anymore. It is ATK Mohun Bagan. So अब यार technicalities क्या है? I don't want to get into, controversial हो जाता है, but I hopefully if they want to go ahead together, they should remove ATK from the name, get the fans on side and then try to be positive. Will Federation Cup can be revived in next season or in future? I think I love to call Super Cup, the current format of Super Cup called the Federation Cup, and then organize a Super Cup between I-League winner, whoever qualified I-League winner, ISL League Shield champion, ISL Cup overall winner, 3 teams, and I think 4th should be a winner of Federation Cup. So then you have 1 semi-final, 1 final, 2 semi-final, 1 final, and then play a Super Cup before the season start. I think that will be my format for the Super Cup. I think personally I feel, and that keep the Federation Cup on the longer run, like a home and away proper, and then have a Super Cup before season start. That's what Super Cup is meant for, not what the current format is. What's the next competition for Indian football after Super Cup? There is 2 competitions. In women's, there is Hero Gold Cup coming up. Under 17 AFC Cup, AFC Championship coming up. In men's, there is Hero Intercontinental Cup coming up in the summer, SAF Championship coming in the summer, Asian Games coming up in the later part of the year. So there are lots of tournaments which is coming up. Will City Group start their quality academy in India? They have a plan to do so. Let's see when they do it. Best left winger right now in Indian player, Mahesh, Bipin, Liston or Ritvik? आई थिंक आप कंसिस्टेंसी देखोगे तो मैं बिपिन के साथ जाऊंगा. महेश हैज डन वन दिस सीजन. लिस्टन आउट ऑफ फॉर्म. ऋत्विक 2 seasons have done well. I think on form right now, Bipin first choice, Ritwik second, Liston third. Mahesh, I want to see more what he can do. Ashish winning ISL final and winning I-League is totally different. Consistency is key for winning league and luck is involved in ISL. So that's what I'm saying. That's how they have done, Kumar Reddy. The ISL final is just now is money, is a prize money. League Shield winner getting everything. They're going to Champions League and everything. So, but just it is there to make the knockout feel and everything. Anything about Kangra, Navi, Mumbai Stadium? I think the stadium which you guys mentioned, it was a small artificial pitch which was built around, and there's a small stadium, so it's not very big stadium. If the same stadium, I'm told a couple of weeks back to check upon, I've checked upon the stadium. From next year Super Cup start along with ISL, what's your opinion? That's what I feel. So it should be throughout the season, midweek should be the cup game and the weekend should be the league games. Our legacy fan right now, when they boycott matches and all, do support such approach from the fans? I not. So let's talk about the East Bengal. East Bengal doesn't have a name issue or anything issue. They are unhappy with their officials. They are unhappy with the coach. Come to the stadiums and show that you are unhappy. You know, आप tickets लेके ticket को भरना, वो officials की गलती है, players की गलती नहीं है. Players are representing East Bengal, the legacy of East Bengal, and if there is not enough people in the stadium, or East Bengal fans are getting outnumbered, it's not a good message. If you want to send a message to the management, coach, what a stadium is the best way to do so. So I didn't agree with the East Bengal fans approach. Mohun Bagan is totally a different concept, so I don't know. Is a players fight during futsal semi-final true? Have to check upon that. Utpal Bodai, what's your views on Vincent Anis? Even he was 2 times I League champion, but his current team is barely winning in ISL. Should he continue in Northeast United? His current team is Northeast United, which is of course limited resources in ISL. I think I did a podcast with Anis and he looks interesting coach to me, and you know, Northeast. But if you see, you have to compare the results. It is not his team which is built. Maybe I will give him one more season, give him a summer transfer window, and then judge upon that. 6 foreigners allowed in AFC. So can we expect 6 foreigners in Mumbai versus Jamshedpur match? These terms and conditions have to be checked. I can't say particularly कि ये होगा, but I have to check upon next week and bring more update on that. Views on Boris Singh, he is really underrated on the move, I'm told, Boris Singh. And hopefully ऋत्विक दास का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट 2023-24 तक नहीं है, 2023 तक है, I'm told. It's expiring this summer, just like Boris Singh. Will Simon stay with Bengaluru FC? Now, Bengaluru FC is in, as I revealed last week, the Simon Grayson has an automatic content extension in his contract. If situation remains same that the way it is in the table right now, we might see Simon Grayson staying at Bengaluru FC. Will we see a new club from Pune in ISL I League or I League 2 in future? Yes, Pune will have a club presence, hopefully, because there is football culture in there in Pune, started by Pune FC in 2008. Is there any chance MFA in terms of capacity CFG is ready? I think it will take a time. Straight away तो नहीं होगा आशु भाई, थोड़ा time लगेगा उसमें. Which foreign rule is better, 4 or 5 for Indian football? For Indian football team, 4. Ishan Pandita has talked to any club. He is in talks with 3 clubs. Ishan Pandita. Is there any chance that have taken Ashish, if Jio Cinema or Sports 18 take ISL broadcast, they will use multi-cam views like they showed for FIFA World Cup? I think they should be. It is possible, and one thing with Jio and Sports 18 taking the rights is the parent, not parent company, is the one of the Reliance company broadcasting the league, so they can change the quality in terms of according to the streaming requirement and everything. Will City Group start their own quality academy in India? In EFC competition numbers, there are 6 foreigners in playing 11. About fight happened in futsal, didn't take any action. I have not seen the futsal fight and everything, so I have to check upon. 6 foreigners in playing 11, yes, but the next year rules have to come around. This is a different season, next year different season. Let's wait AFC to clarify. Sir, what is the seat capacity in low in Mumbai City home ground? It's a small stadium. It doesn't have a multi-level stand, so that's why it's a limited capacity, but it can be increased in future. Will the number of foreigners increase from next season considering the inflated Indian market? I don't think so. It will help Indian football if you increase the number of foreigners. Let's see what AFC does. So ATK Mohun history started only 2021 months after the merger of both teams. Can ATK Mohun claims Mohun Bagan legacy and achievements, or they can't? I am not an expert here in that. I am not a fan of Mohun Bagan. I am not a fan of ATK. Only thing is, I know there is no Mohun Bagan football team anymore. It is ATK Mohun Bagan. There is no ATK teams anymore. It is ATK Mohun Bagan. So only thing I want is both the parties come together, sort out the difference. If they don't want ATK name, remove the ATK name, be the Mohun Bagan, take the ownership of the football team, and it's not helping Indian football. What's going on between ATK Mohun Bagan management and ATK Mohun Bagan or Mohun Bagan fans? I think we need a Mohun Bagan United to be front in Indian football. The fans, the attendance, the clubs need to go to Asia to do it. Is Imran Khan moving out of the Northeast United? Yes, hopefully, yes, he's moving out. Let's quickly move towards what I feel each clubs need to do, because that's the major topic of the show today. So let's start with ATK Mohun Bagan. What they need to do. I think first they have to sort out will they want to continue with Juan Fernando or not. उसके अलावा they have lots of good players. I think they need to. Sumit Rathi most likely will leave ATK Mohun Bagan. Preetham Kotal, I think considering the face of the and Subhashish Bose will both likely stay. I think they will look for an Indian defender if Sumit Rathi moves. I think other than that, Brandon Hamill have not impressed me much. I think I will get another centre back, foreign centre back in that department. In midfield, I think their midfield is sorted. I don't think any of these Indian players or the foreigners will move. Gallego, the jury should be out for him. Not impressed much. Maybe they can improve on the Gallego part. Dimitri Petros in foreign department. I think I will get another foreign striker because somehow Manveer Singh, Leston Classo has not found. So I think a foreign striker, a foreign centre back, and an Indian centre back, Indian defender will be the need of ATK Mohun Bagan in the summer, and that's how they're linked with a big foreign player. That's with ATK Mohun Bagan. Do keep on letting me know your views about each and every team. After ATK Mohun Bagan, we're going to now Chennai FC. Or let's start Bengaluru FC, for example, because let's go alphabetic wise. What Bengaluru FC need to do? They have secured Gurpreet Singh for next 5 years, so that means the goalkeeping department is locked. I think I will somehow they're doing well now, Bengaluru FC, in terms of what they're trying to do. But I think their foreign defenders didn't impress me much, so I will get rid of both of the foreign defenders and replace them. And the Indian players, I think most of the Indian players are going to stay there in defensive department. In midfield, I think and midfield is interesting because Danish went. I think a couple of good players coming from. I think they will need an Indian midfielder for sure. And I think I will also Pablo Perez, Bruno. I'm not highly that impressed. Javi Hernandez I will keep and retain, and they will get a new foreigners in midfield. The striker department is very interesting. Udanta is moving. Sunil Chetri is on last mile of his career. Shiva Shakti has impressed. I think they will need an Indian winger coming for sure to replace Udanta Singh and another Indian forward player. Somebody like Ishan Pandita will be a great fit at Bengaluru FC. And I'm not suggesting Ishan Pandita is going to Bengaluru FC. I'm saying a personal opinion. If Ishan Pandita moves to Bengaluru FC, I think he belongs. I'm not sure, but his father is Bangalore-based, Ishan Pandita, so it's like a homecoming for him. And I think other than the Bangalore FC look are solid to me. Until the opportunity comes for them in the market to improve the team, they should do it. Chennai FC is interesting. I think straight away approach will be, I think they should retain the coach. If you ask me, retain El Khehati at any cost. They will need a goalkeeper for sure. I think the goalkeeping department is not that stable. They need a new goalkeeper. They had got Vikas, for example, in terms of what he's done. This season they have signed a youngster. Defense looks like a bit of worried. The foreigners didn't impose the authority, and I think that's where they need to straight away improve. Thapa will have a 1 year left in his contract by the time he go to the next season. So are they planning with Thapa? Should they sell Thapa is a major question for Chennai FC management. If they want to, if Thapa is not extending the contract, if you ask me, I will sell him this summer. I think he should be on move. Chennai FC, I know he's a loyal, he has been the face of the club, but if he's not extending the contract, instead of losing him for free, now Chennai FC should think that they should get, the way transfer market is going, they should get around 60-70 lakhs for Thapa in terms of transfer fee, even, and I think clubs like Bengaluru FC, of course they have Suresh, but they will look towards Thapa to replace Danish Farooq, and I think the other clubs, ATK Mohun Bagan will look Thapa as also the replacement, for in the midfield. So I think if he's not extending his contract, they should sell the Thapa. The foreigners, I think Julius Duker impressed in some games. Didn't Al Khehati at any cost should be retained. Even if asking for double the wages, should be done. He should be the face of Chennai FC for next season. I think I've still get some Indian players who can be straight away first choice, not at the bench. Other than that, I think Rahim Ali should be retained, should be built upon. Foreigners, I will pass on. I will bring new foreigners who can be stabilized, who can make the improvement, and keep sharing your views and everything on the chat. I will come to you guys. Let's come to East Bengal. Here is a challenge. Should they retain Stephen Constantine? Fans not happy with him. If you ask me, personal opinion, and I might be biased because I like Stephen Constantine, vice captain of the Indian football team. I will retain Stephen Constantine. I think East Bengal need to stabilize the ship. If you keep, and Stephen has said that he can't approach players unless players knows who is going to coach the team next season. So I think continuity is also very important for East Bengal. I think I will retain Stephen Constantine, and then try to get what Stephen Constantine want. Ankit Mukherjee has been kind of released from the contract. So I think Ivan Gonzalez should be retained. Other than that, I think Indian players, they have a situation. They have to improve the Indian players. Not good enough. Many of these Indian players at the I-League level, they should be moved on straight away. I think Jordan O'Doherty, Alex Lima didn't impress. I think Stephen Constantine can bring better foreigners, or the East Bengal can bring better foreigners. The Indian players in that midfield department should be, Amarjeet should be moved on if he's not playing. They need to get a move. Something like East Bengal can do wonders with Anirudh Thapa. If they can get Anirudh Thapa on a deal from Chennai FC, that Thapa like a player will improve East Bengal straight away. Lots of foreigners. I will retain Clayton Silva for sure. Jack Jarvis has done well in the matches we came on since summer window, winter window. So that's over Stephen Constantine, but you want to retain on that. Other than that, Howcave, I think window has done for him. Maybe he should be moved on. VP Soher done well and should be retained. Norim Roshan should be retained. Himanshu Jangra is one for future, should be retained. So that for East Bengal. So I think the foreigners need to be changed. The Indian players at the midfield and the defense need to be brought on. I think I personally, if you ask me, I will retain Stephen Constantine with the Northeast United. FC Goa. Let's come to the FC Goa straight away. I think I will retain Carlos Pena. Good team, 2 quality goalkeepers, Arshdeep and Dheeraj. I think Anwar Ali moving on. So that's where he's already going. So Anwar Ali, let me just check something, and just want to check something. Excuse me, I'm just checking something. Yeah. With Anwar Ali going to ATK Mohun Bagan, and that's where I've said ATK Mohun Ali a defender. I didn't remember that time that they are already signed Anwar Ali. I think Iban has been doing well for FC Goa. Will they look for an Indian centre back, or they will trust their, they've got a Nikhil Prabhu on a 1.5-year contract. The way the Nikhil Prabhu deal has been placed, looks like they have not, this is personal opinion, not to be quoted, looks like they will not sign an Indian centre back in this window. They will trust what they have with the foreigners. So I think that's looks like that's what they have. I think they will go with what they have right now. It's on the call on the will they want to retain the foreigners, Mohammad Faris, Arnaut in defense, or move him on. That's interesting question. Ayush Chhetri has impressed in the midfield. Brendan, Brisson, Adobedia, can he go for another season? It's going to be seen. I think Haryan Santana, jury should be out. I'm not, can't convince that he should be retained. So Iker, Goretek Sena, I think can be retained, done well. Lenny Rodriguez, come on. There will be players moving on. I think looks like, Makhalna Chote has already moved to Hyderabad FC. Mohammad Neville, will he recover? Will he move? 1 year left in contract. Need to see. I will retain Noah Wallace Sadiqi. I really liked him as a player. Major question is Alvaro Vasquez, but considering Alvaro Vasquez, I remember is a multi-year deal. I don't think he's going to move. So they are getting two players. One, Udanta Singh is coming on the wing, so they have to. Makalal Chote Mamman looks like a moving, and I think Redeem Talang is already there. So, but they didn't have a left winger also. So there is another Indian winger which FC Goa wants to sign. So they already set the team FC Goa in terms of planning and everything. Those two Indian players and the couple of foreign players, which if they try to change, will be the action of FC Goa in this upcoming window. Now let's come to Hyderabad FC. Looks like Manolo Marquez is moving on, so they have to bring a new coach. There's a goalkeeping department, too many goalkeepers, so they have to move one goalkeeper for sure. Akash Mishra, can they retain Akash Mishra? Big challenge in there. Nimdauji Tamanga has done well, kept Sana out of the team. So defense is kind of settled. Can they go with the two Indian defenders next season? That's a big question. Also, they can somehow play Sana and Nimdauji Tamang together. And if they want, and on an ODI on India can be moved on if they can trust the Indian centre back. In midfield, Sahil Tawara looks like on the move. Halichan Naziri on the move. Hitesh Sharma on the move. On the move means he might move. Joel Chinaze, I think I will retain Chinaze, and they will need Indian midfielders. How Victor they can retain, depending on the new coach who have come, the foreigners. But I think they need Indian midfielders to strengthen their midfield department. And De Silva and Rohit Dhano in that forward department. Rohit Dhano looks like he is also on the move, I am told. Let's see where he goes. His contract also coming to end very soon. So that's with Hyderabad FC. Jamshedpur FC is very complicated thing. Should they retain Eddie Bothright? And depending on what they do, Super Cup and the playoff game, I think that's how we'll decide if they want to do it or not. They also have a couple of goalkeepers on the contract which they should move. I think Dylan Flox, Elisabia, I will move them off, straight away. They will need an Indian centre back for sure. Pratik Chaudhary if he stayed, that's great. In midfield, Jaranpreet Singh, Jitan Singh as I think they need an Indian midfielder also. In forward department, Ishant Pandit on the move. Farooq Chaudhary had not signed the new contract. Should be on the move. You don't sign the new contract. Ritwik Das on the move. Boris contract expiring. So Jamshedpur FC have took major calls with their player retentionship. Foreigners, I think they will need a new foreigners. Have not been impressed. They need Indian players also. Now let's come to Kerala Blaster, who looks like on a long-term sustainability plan. If you ask me, I think good goalkeeper, set of a goalkeeper there. I think straight away Kerala Blaster they need a new right back. And should they call Dinesh Chandra Singh back? So he be the right back? That's a major question. I still feel they will need a new left back also. Jessel, the age group he is in now, I think they will need a new left back for sure. That's true over Kerala Blaster, how impressive they have been with Marko Leskovic and Victor Mongel in the centre back department. Should they be retained? I think it's a touch and go depending on the coach and what sporting director thinks. It's also depending on the budgets. If they can slash the budget of the defensive position, then they can get a new striker. And considering many of the foreigners, Kerala Blaster have a multi-year deal, so they were not going to move. In the midfield, I think Andrew Luna should be retained. Ivan Kalikunsi, I think touch and go for me. Ayush Adhikari, I think is also 1 year deal left. I'm not sure, I'm not remembering, but I think Ayush Adhikari will remain. Jigsan Singh, Sahel they should be the face of the club. There are a couple of players coming from academy, but I think they will need. Even Danish Farooq has come. I feel they will need another. Maybe depending on the foreigners who they retain, but the midfield looks like good. On an up-front centre forward position, I think Ginau has not impressed much. Dimag Takos looks like getting a form later part of the season, so I think he should be part of the team. Vidyasagar Singh, KP Rahul should be. I think Kerala Blaster is one or two major signing away from a League Shield winning team. If you ask me, just need couple of smart signings. The coach looks like staying for longer periods for narrative. I think that's what should be their approach. Getting solidified this team, providing the depth in the department they don't have should be the move. They need a smart signing now, not a big signings. Mumbai City FC, they already have got their players what they want. I think a fullback maybe. The injuries have kind of weakened them there. I think Albert Negura should he stay, not sure. with Vinit Rai, with Apuya, with Roland Borges. Midfield looks good. They have signed the Indian players in the attacking position. I think Mumbai City is locked and sealed. It's just about where they can improve, and they are trying to improve with the young players now. What Northeast United needs. So let's come. I think new owners, a new brand identity, new coach, maybe a new set of team, new set of a management, getting the fans on board again, building a team for long-term future should be approach that they should get the Indian players on long-term contract now, because the market, Indian football transfer market, is going to get trickier day by day. If Northeast keep on this short-term contract, they will be always behind other clubs because of the quality, lack of quality in the Indian players. And I think I don't know. I think they might need a complete new reboot in terms of the clubs. I don't know. There are players who should be part of Northeast. There are players who should be moved on. So can't go squad by squad. They need a major rebuild, Northeast United, if you ask me. And let's come to Odisha FC. Interesting for Odisha FC, I think they need to retain Joseph Gambo for sure. I think, and that should be their choice. Aminder Singh, Carlos Delgado has already announced the new signing. I think they will need a fullback, the Odisha FC, and they will need another Indian centre back, if you ask me. In midfield, looks like a good midfield set of midfielders there. Thoeba, Isaac, Paul, Princeton Tabello, Rainier, good midfield. So not much to be done there. Maybe for the foreigners, that's to the Odisha FC fans to tell me. Can be touch and go. In forward department, Aniket Jadhav they have got, Diego Moreso, retain him at any cost. They are Isaac, Jerry, Nanda. So their team is set. Michael Susura has also joined them, Aniket, 2 signings. So they're trying to improve it. I'm told that they're talking to a couple of players, but depending on what foreigners they want to retain. So that's over to coach. I think the core is set for Odisha FC also. Now, if I have not ignored aap logo ke comments, so now let's ask to the comments and go through it very quickly. Super Cup has changed to zone under state FA format then promote to Reliance League. What is your opinion? I don't know. रोशनी आप थोड़ा क्लियर नहीं कर रहे हैं उस बारे में. सुपर कप अभी चेंज नहीं हुआ है. वो जो जोन वाला चैंपियंस लीग है, रिलायंस इज ट्राइंग टू जोनल लीग्स, तो वो एक है. बेस्ड ऑन इट फील्स लाइक वी हैव अ शॉर्टेज ऑफ क्वालिटी फुल बैक्स. देयर इज क्वालिटी ऑफ शॉर्टेज फुल बैक. Then there is issue with some club kind of holding those players, multiple players on the first team positions. So that's the thing. Thoughts on Isaac benching Jerry? I think it's a coach personal choice. Both the players are talented players. कौन सा player क्या offer करता है? I think it's over the coach. It's not that Jerry has become a lesser player by the choice of coach selecting Isaac over him. Johnny Carke contract will be end in May. His future in India. Looks like ATK Mohan might not retain him, so I don't know. Other clubs might do it. India fans lose interest in long-drawn leagues. 1 month tournament like Durand Cup, Super Cup is the best way forward. 4-month long ISL, just blindly following European football will not have. But also sustainability नहीं आएगी. Jasmine, आप knockout tournaments रखिए ना fun के लिए. But league should be like a core league, the way it should be. There's just call coming up. Let me take this. I think it looks like a repeat of a call. So. Yeah, ATK Mohan Raj Besway, Indian centre back, and they have also Anwar Ali. So it looks like they're getting. What is the approx cost of football ground for club during I-League and ISL full season? On average, ISL teams pays around 70 lakhs to 2 crores plus taxes around to get these stadiums. So that's the thing. Any effort of government in increasing the football pitches? Central government to nahi karegi, state government have to do it. Ashish, however, the players will float from one club to another club. There is no supply of players. There should be a T20 league to develop the supply players. They are planning to do so. COVID ne help nahi kiya, so hopefully they do resume that. Let me see if any squad comments have come, which I can take. Sahil gave us, bro, I asked Saji sir about YouTube. She's replied me saying that team is looking behind. Yes, I know team is looking behind it. Asian player they need. Akash Mishra, if you're watching this live, join FC Go. Will player like Ritvik Farooq Chaudhary, Boris leave? Jamshedpur? I think Boris is leaving. Farooq still not sure. Ritvik still not sure. Might extend also, but Boris is leaving. Any chance of Akash Mishra joining FC Goa? I think the way FC Goa planned, it will require money to get him moved. Sorry, Nikhil Barla, age 20, did an impressive job for Jamshedpur in yesterday match, playing as a right back and blocked majority of Odisha attack. Will Jamshedpur retain him? I think he is already in multi-year deal, so he will retain. Will Terry leave ATK Monungan? I think so. He should. Manchester City tied in UEFA Champions League, disappointed. You should be. Alvaro should be released, says Mr. A. I don't think he's going to release. Constant feel like a good coach, but then he stick with Pussy. Some coaches will have their own players, you know. Jose Mourinho stick with Scott McTominay at Manchester United. That doesn't mean Jose was bad coach, Scott McTominay is bad player. Super Cup ये मैंने ले लिया है. How about Sumit Pasi? Should East Bengal retain him or sign him? Sumit Pasi with ATK Mohan. East Bengal need to sign him from ATK Mohan or when he's free agent. ATK अभी तक यूथ या जूनियर नहीं खेले थे क्या? जो सप्लाई लाइन कैसे चलता था? पहले यूथ लीग चलती थी इंडिया में, कोविड में बंद हुई है. Constantine has a big ego. Every coach has a big ego. However, players that have taken Super Cup have changed. Ritvik is right now the best Indian dribbler right now, says Little Sunshine. There's reports Constantine is staying, but that club has denied. He has not signed the extension as of now. So not many comments. Pandit has a bad attitude as the youngster. That's why coach didn't give him chance. He's not overall a footballer in terms of when he can play a 90 minutes. And I have said this 2 years ago. He is a good goal scorer. He's a good poacher, but he can't get involved in a football match when you're playing for a 90 minutes. That's what I have said. He need to get it improved. Zavi to Mumbai in place of Nogueira can be a good signing, you know. And Ashu 26 has suggested. It looks like good. Pogba का भाई का क्या हुआ? Pogba का भाई का जो Pogba के साथ होता है वही हुआ है. Some players from Electric Wang Futsal Club beat Minerva Futsal Club player nose got fractured. There's a video on YouTube. We'll watch. I have to see. I think Danny Afif is taking care of it. Goenka destroyed a century-old club at MacBook. I think, but that's not Goenka. That's Mohun Bagan officials have destroyed. They are the one who gone to sign the deal with Goenka. Nobody's put a gunpoint and then asked them to sign the deal. They could have done like East Bengal has done. Goenka has not forced Mohun Bagan official to sign the contract. It's a deal between both the parties. Do you think Jitin MC is the best Indian dribbler? It's a personal choice, I think. Dribblers, I like players who can do at the tight spaces. So like Apuya, like Sahel, they do on the very tight spaces, you know. Then there are players who might do showboating when they are alone, do the couple of step overs. So they're depending on your choice. Do you think current going young players are better than young players 10 years ago? Yes, technically they are better. So I think that's the questions. I have majority of them. Ask Constantine what potential he sees in Pasi that nobody else sees. That's, you know, good question, but you know, मैं Stephen साथ podcast कर चुका हूँ and hopefully we'll want to do a studio one soon. But I think Stephen Constantine will give East Bengal a chance next season for a top 6 if they can back him in the transfer window. Sahel injury is not that bad, so you have to wait a couple of days before, you know, getting update on that. How much will cost the build a residential academy in Kerala in your opinion, Vishnu Raj? So 2-3 costs hai. There's a couple of costs there. There's a land cost, so they can build a residential academy in not a very major city like Kochi. They can go not a village, but a tier 2 city in Kerala for the Kerala standard, and where the land is little bit cheaper than Kochi, for example, or the major city in Kerala. Then there's a cost of building hostels first, you know. Then there's they have to do a tie-up with the school for the education of the players. Then there is a mess, you know, and then there is a sporting infra. Sporting infra they will need a couple of pitches for training, 11 by 11 pitches to play matches, a physio room, a gym, a swimming pool ideally, you know, to build the state-of-the-art facilities. So all the cost here, majority is of infrastructure. So infrastructure, the land cost is a major cost, then the infrastructure, then there's a schooling tie-up which can be easily done with any school they want, where players can go and, you know, give the exam in the end of the year. Chetri at 24 is playing full 90 minutes as striker. Now we don't have any. Shiv Shakti will start playing 90 minutes from next season. Yes, foreign ISL commentator हंसते नहीं होंगे बाद में इंडियन फुटबॉल को लेवल देखकर. अरे उनको अपना करियर भी तो चलाना भाई, ऐसे कैसे हंस सकते हैं. Why not ISL go with 3 phase matches, home, away and neutral in league stages? Now there was a plan to do it and could have been done if COVID didn't happen, but with the number of teams increasing now, I don't think they will go with 3 matches, you know, because playoff भी उन्होंने बढ़ा दिए हैं. ये foreign ISL commentator ये ले लिया मैंने. According to who is the best Asian player in ISL till now, I like Noah Siddiqui at FC Goa a lot. उसके अलावा you guys let me know. Was Mohan Bagan RPSG valuation higher than Mumbai City FC? वो वैल्यूएशन मोहन बगान वाली थोड़ी दूसरी थी. आई डोंट थिंक इट वाज दैट. मोहन बगान मुंबई सिटी इज लाइक अ इन्वेस्टमेंट डील. मोहन बगान वाला केस तो मर्जिंग का केस था, वो कुछ और था. लेवर एफर्ट्स इन इंप्रूव हाउ एफएफ इंक्रीज रेवेन्यू 50%, 500% योर टेक्स थैंक्स. I'm sure if 500% has come up at there, and Mr. Saji has said that there's a plan behind it, but I'm will be shocked if it can be increased by 500% in a couple of years. The ecosystem still not there. Indian squad कब तक announce होगा? Next couple of days. Noah is not an Asian. Yes, quite possible. I don't think so. I think he is. Let me just check. Or maybe I'm confused. He is Moroccan. I think if the Asian player is Mohammad Fares Aramnath. He is Syrian. So yes, so then no, not Noah Siddiqui. Then who will be the Asian player that I'm impressed most? Let me go. I think, let me go through the list. I just need a couple of names to think about. And a very limited name in who I'm just checking the players who is in the list of mine who I've always on cropped upon. Just give me 1 second more. I think I will go with the Mumbai City FC defender Rostin Griffiths for me. Petros and I think Griffiths and Petros. David Williams is the one that comes at the top. I think yes, but not this season. Any broader Asian games will football team play? I think Indian football team play the Asian games. They are planning for it. Eric Patalu, all-time list. There will be more players. David Williams, Eric Patalu. There will be a couple of more. But this is a present season. Why ISL final in Goa again? Because of the availability of training pitches and infrastructure. Is there any separate club tournament for SAF playing countries like a club SAF Cup? There is no tournament like that. Noah is African, Rosting is the best Asian. I think. I thought Noah Siddiqui is from Middle East, so that's my mistake. Just comes on mind because I really liked him as a player. Why not ISL? मोहन बगान फैन ने मुझे बोला है कि बांग्लादेश मालदीव्स की क्लब्स आईएसएल क्लब्स को हरा सकती है. व्हेन आई टोल्ड हिम वंस माजिया नेटेड 5 years more your views. You're fine. Of course, Mohan Bagan lost against the South Asian clubs. ISL clubs have lost against South Asian clubs. So that doesn't mean the club it's also priority. The ISL club sometimes doesn't have the priority in the Asia. Sometimes Mohan Bagan didn't have the priority to play well in the Asia. So I think, but on paper, ISL clubs are far better than the South Asian clubs. But on field, anything can happen any day. Is there any that have taken? If Kerala win against Hyderabad FC 3-0, there is a chance the team will get in top 4. Yes, but I think head-to-head will count. Do remember that. Thoughts on Taisan Singh? Saw him the under 20 SAF and the FC call it brilliant awareness. He possesses. I think that's what that the awareness point and the thought process when he received the ball, and What to do next is also very impressive with Tehsan Singh, Akshat Chaman bhai, जो मुझे लगता है, but still I think still he has to play games. Don't sign for the club where you can't play the games. Stay in I League, play the more games, and then go for the ISL club later on. I think he should still need to play professional games at the higher level on regular basis. Any chance of FC to win today against? Of course, there is 50-50 chance right now. Anybody can win, and game is going to start, and hopefully we're going to see a very high quality game, you know, between Bangalore FC and FC Goa. But both the team coming up with lots of in stake for, you know, and talking about starting 11, FC Goa has gone with Dheeraj, Anwar Ali, Mohammad Fares, Saritan, Saver Gama, Brandon, captain, Nawal Siddiqui, Ayush Dev Chitri, Ridim Talang, Ajubidia, and Ika. So Alvaro is not now, couple of games he's not playing. Bangalore FC has gone Gurpreet Sandhu, Parag, Zanokovic, Roshan Norim, Parveez Das, Rohit Kumar, Suresh, Bruno Silva, Sunil Chetri starting, Roy Krishna and Siva starting. So look like Bangalore is going for the goals. Let's see. Do Srinidhi or Round Glass Punjab met ISL licensing criteria? I think they can. They can get an exemption from the first season. I think Tyson Singh signed for ATK Monugan team. That have to check. I think Nawaz Siddiqui is a great, can be great recommendation for Indian football, but that will take the Indian passport. Can you say the best Indian left back and right back from I League? Sajin, I will go through the full squad and everything. एकदम से ऐसे बताना थोड़ा मुश्किल है. I think from next season, for the next week episode, because I have my analysis written, but somehow I lost access to that file and I was about to write to that particular person. And you know, get the file back. But do you think ISL final has been conducted for Torda again and again and again? I think like the FSDL said, it's available to the training pitches. You need quality training pitches for that. And I think what they should do, if you ask me, whoever wins the ISL, the League Shield or a trophy should host the next ISL final. If you personally, that's how you can rotate it. And it should be based on the merit, if you ask me, instead of other factors. Why some players perform especially well in ISL and constantly doing in ISL and but failing in manage performance in international matches? Level is different. The training and everything is different. ISL you train throughout the year. National team you train for 3 to 4 days to play for your game. Who are the ISL right back who are free agents at the end of the season? Have to see. Boris Singh is not a right back anymore, so can't take his name. There should be a couple of them. One Mohan fan ने मुझे बोला वो ले लिया मैंने. Which ISL team owner you think is more engaged in team management and matches? Individual level पे owners अब कम रह गए हैं ISL में, but I will say Hyderabad FC Varun, Nikhil at Kerala Blaster, Akshay at FC Goa, they're doing well as individual level, you know. Thoughts on recent midfielder of Trau looks solid. Yes, can be a good shout for the Asian player in ISL going ahead. Which ISL team that have taken? I hope it will Kerala Blaster scouting team about left back. Oh, Sajid sir. यार वो कर लेंगे खुद की scouting. They can do their own scouting. They don't need my scouting too. But I will make a list next season. Next week video I will bring I-League players who have impressed me. Why do we need both Super Cup and Durand Cup? I think 2 cup competition tournament is not needed. 1 cup tournament is Durand is good. Durand is owned by Army, not by AFF. So AFF will need to have their own tournament. Mumbai has 6 players on loan in ISL I-League. All are starting for those teams, and that's how the Mumbai City FC is building the team for the next season. Bangalore FC with FC Go about to start, and we'll go back to that game. Do hit the like button. We'll see you next week 6 p.m. More stuff coming on this channel. Do subscribe, do follow on social media, and can follow me on Twitter, 7 Negi Ashish, on Instagram. Send me your topics beforehand if you want me to talk about something, which you can send me on Twitter or Instagram. वहाँ बात कर लेंगे. And you know, I will bring I-League analysis next week. Don't worry. See you guys next week, 6 p.m. Thursday. Thank you.